So what has happened here? He was behind traffic, including one of the GT cars. He's been clipped by one of the Caymans, and that Cayman's gone off as well. Now, that is one of the fancied cars, and one of the very quick BMWs. They've really come to the fore. He's been on the phone to back at base, and he's not making any. Yeah, 2 cars involved, 3 cars involved. So all 3 of those cars, there was something VAG involved in that as well, I think. Well, obviously the Cayman, but there was a hatchback involved there as well. I reckon that's 3 cars going into one where they couldn't go. Van der Linde picking his way through, got a clip and hit another car. Right, let's see if we can pick some numbers out for you here.
It's Schwalbenschwanz, right? The car or the Cayman on the... Oh, it's not a Cayman on the left.
It's very TT.
No, that's a 420 Porsche.
Yeah. Is it? Right, okay. And there's another car to the left which we didn't see. And that's a very badly damaged. So the Cayman is the further one. It's one of the GT Tyres cars. It's one of the GT Tyres cars.
Yes.
And there's not a straight panel on that car, and there's some barrier damage to the right.
That's a big one.
And where do we think that is then?
Schwalbenschwanz. Oh, Fuchsrohre.
No, I thought
it's a bit earlier in the lap than Schwalbenschwanz. There are yellow flags there.
Just at the end of the foxhole, as you start to go up the hill.
The barrier on the right-hand side of the track where the BMW went in is folded back about half a metre at the top.
And I believe that Porsche is, like I said, 420 to Four Motors alternative fuel.
Which has been doing very well in its class, actually. Right, let's see if we can pick them out again. Big damage to the front end of the 420 Porsche. Now I can see why I thought it was a Audi TT, but I can see the distinctive radiators. I can't see which of the GT tyres.
The 1 Series looked like a hatchback to me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Well, there is debris absolutely everywhere. The 99 previous race-leading BMW is diagonally across the track, facing in the opposite direction. And still, as we try and close in on the 3rd car in
that was the car that I saw the smoke from the engine. No, it's a GT Tyres car.
That looks like a hatchback to me, so that would make it a 1 Series, wouldn't it?
It is 507. 507.
1 moment.
So the VT2 rear tyre GT Tyre Motorsport by WS Racing, its driver is out.
It is indeed. It wasn't class VT2 and it is a 1 Series.
Yeah, good spot, mate.
By WS Racing.
You might have a future in this, do you?
And it was the driver who started the race in that class.
So Sheldon gets round the outside of the Porsche, and then does he get clipped by the Porsche, or does he move over?
It does look like this
on the 1 Series. That's a very odd accident.
The car seemed to judder a little bit, which seems to suggest there was contact with the Porsche, and because the direction change was extremely sudden.
If there had been a sudden movement in the early laps of the race, that would have been the case of going off the dry line and just getting onto the damp patch and then going. But at this point, it was bone dry. Teammate Dries van Torp beside himself in the pits, looking at the screen.
That absolutely was a contending car.
Yes.
All the drivers, by the way, are out of all the cars, and looking somewhat ruefully. Don't look any, and we defer, of course, to the medical checks, but the damage is to their race chances and the cars themselves rather than to the drivers, thank goodness. I have to say that 1 Series has taken a heck of a battering.
It has.
That's rattled up. I mean, there's no runoff there. There's a car's width on the left and a quarter of the car's width on the right. So we know one of the drivers. What was the other car that we said? It was
507.
It was listed as Fabian. Sorry, 507.
Did they have a driver change in that car?
Yeah, well, I was thinking that
the other one was
driver of 507 should have changed, because he's certainly the starting driver. Is Fabian Pinone.
Right, the 420 is one of the Kreuzpointner sisters.
Yes, you can see it's one.
Yeah, and that is Fritz Kreuzpointner's daughters, and she's had a walk up to the other car and she's saying that was absolutely your fault. What were you thinking? And so that's interesting. Now, I can't tell from the timing screen which of the Kreuz pointers is in that car.
The BMW driver seems mildly displeased at this turn of events.
Right, so the blue flags were out. Right, so there was a green flag there, definitely. I cannot discern what has happened, having watched that now 3 or 4 times. But what it did seem to happen is the BMW then accelerated and went back past the spinning Sheldon van der Linde.
Yeah. What I think actually happened there was they saw the green flag, they got going, and the Porsche Cayman tried to pull out around the back of the Giti Tyres car, and unfortunately going around the outside of that and getting clipped was Sheldon van der Linde. But concern all around. Good to see the drivers out. We'll let you know which of the Kreuz Pointer sisters, the twins it was, Alessia or Jacqueline, but disappointment all around. Long faces in the ROWE Racing BMW garage, because that was the race leader, their race leader, out of the event.